So, per usual, we're kind of a little ways into the project already, but got the old 2002 Ford Ranger in here. I'm just going to start saying years because I don't know how the hell you guys could know which one I'm working on, but this is the one that was in the wreck. It's got the fucked up, it was on the wreck on the driver's side, fucked up door, blah, blah, blah. Well, I did that. I did the, knuckle. I think I did a video on it. Maybe not. I don't know. But now, I gotta do upper control arms and alignment bolts because they were fucked. And I couldn't align it at all. And the alignment was completely off and cambered out on both sides. So, we're starting to work on it. We're starting on the driver's side because this is the worst side. But, a lot of struggling. I got top control arm out. Now, I have the new control arms. Have to this week go to the store, get control arm control arm bolts and the alignment brackets, their alignment bolts and brackets, blah blah blah. Throw the new control arms in and do the at-home alignment. But yeah, it was not fun getting those fuckers out. Well, that fucker out. The other side's probably gonna be the same, but I got it out. The lines in there, I cut that one on accident with the grinder, as well as that one. But it's alright, because that one needed to be replaced anyways, and that one didn't go all the way through. But either way, I'm probably replacing all the power steering lines anyways, because it needs a power steering pump. But I'm probably not going to do that, but I'm going to replace all the lines. What for? That's one of the lines. And then that one, I don't even know what that one is yet. It's some sort of power steering line. I just don't know where it goes to or how easy it's going to be to fix. But it didn't go all the way through anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's fine. Main thing I'm worried about is getting the alignment and steering fixed. So that's what we're working on. So now pretty much just got to wait on parts for, well, before I can do anything more. Well, I can still do more, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm planning on doing is upper control arms and then the alignment bolts and brackets. Get the alignment right. I'm gonna run this rack and pinion until it breaks, but that's why I'm concerned about it. But it'll be all right for now. Hopefully it makes it one Mountain Madness at least, one mud event. Got the inner fender all in here secure so thing don't fall out halfway through trails. I have halfway new brake pads. I did brake pads on my daily, and this is what came out of it. What for my rotors were shot, but the pads were still decent, cleaned up decently. Don't get me wrong, they're not perfect, but neither are the rotors that are going on this. But pads are decent, better than the ones that came off it. Got upper control arms greased and cleaned up everything. But yeah, I got a new fender for this side. I got a new headlight. I have the old one, but it's busted. The back of it, the mounts are busted out of it. So I got a new headlight. Well, I have a new headlight. I'm probably going to run that door. I'm just going to fix the dents in it. I don't know. This video is going to be all over the place. It's probably not going to be posted for a little while. This bumper's got to be fixed at some point. But it's probably going to be a decently big video of working on this thing, getting it ready before Mountain Madness. But this is what I got so far. Got the upper control arm out. And just waiting for the bolts and brackets to put the new one in. Then once I do that, align it. Throw everything back together. See how it looks. And then do the other side. Same thing for the other side. And then after that, then I'll do power steering lines. But in between all that, I'll do the fender. I want to do some stuff with the grill. So it's going to be a slow progress working with a whole bunch of different stuff. The interior needs to be cleaned out. It's kind of misfiring. I'm not sure. I think when it flipped over, it was flipped over for a while, and some of the plugs are fouled out. So we'll see what we do about that. Might just dump some, whatchamacallit in there. Can't think of it. Seafoam. And she'll be met, hopefully. So, yeah, I'll get back to you guys when I do something more. But for right now, that'll be it. I don't have no more parts. But this video is going to be long, so stay tuned. So figured I might as well add this in. Just went ahead, replaced the grease fittings on the tie rod end and the lower ball joint because the old grease fittings would not take. As you can tell the difference from which one's new and old. They wouldn't take grease, neither of them, so I went ahead and replaced those. Just wanted to add that in the video. Might as well make it detailed. So now we got grease lower and tie rod end, so that's nice. Alright, so we're working on the Ranger. As you can see, we got a power steering line out of it. What for? It's shot, as you can see. So put this over here with 4 dozen other parts I've torn off this thing that can't really go back on it. But I ended up breaking the fitting on here. Let me put the flash on quick. Alright, so up in here, I'm trying to find it first of all, but right there, see that broken line? Well, I broke the line trying to replace the power steering line that goes up to the reservoir. So now I have to replace that whole fitting and shit, which is gonna be probably a pain in the ass, but I gotta do that. So that's gonna be a pain in the ass because there's a line that also goes somewhere else. So that ain't gonna be fun, but we'll get that. And then, so what we're gonna have to do is I have my parts truck. I'm gonna have to pull the line off of that one, cut it up higher, cut this one, run a rubber line in between to splice that one, and then I still gotta splice the one that goes up to the reservoir. I don't recommend buying wrecked vehicles. It's not that fun, but we're gonna get it done. Tomorrow I should have the alignment bolts for it, so that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully we'll get those in tomorrow. Mainly waiting on that. And then gotta do all the power steering lines. Gotta do the other side, upper control arm. But we're slowly getting places. But we still got a few months, I believe. Well, we definitely got at least like 2 months before Mountain Madness, if not more. So we should be pretty dialed. But I'm gonna try to slowly work on it every night that I'm here. So I'll get back to you if I do something else on it tonight. Alright, so it looks to me as if I broke the hardest line to replace on the power steering rack. Because it's, so if you know anything about Ford Rangers, I don't know if you do. I just learning. I love Ford Rangers. I know quite a bit, but not everything. But, so the power steering rack line that goes from the rack to the reservoir seems to be the hardest hardest line to replace because the lines all have little nuts and studs with little plates that bolt on besides the one that goes from here to there. That one just appears to have a nut, which I didn't even see, I'm just assuming. But I pulled the line off with an adapter that I thought it was. It wasn't that line, so I put that line back on. And tomorrow, I'm going to do the upper control arm and the alignment on the driver's side. And then not worry about the power steering, hopefully, for a little while. Do the other side, get that fixed, and then worry about... I'm probably just going to end up doing the steering rack. I don't know. We'll see. But I might as well. I mean, it's bad. The tie rod, I guess you would say, on the one side is bent. And then the ball joint on the end is new, but I bent the... Actually, no, it's not. That's the one that was in it. But that's besides the point. I'm probably going to do the power steering rack and the pump because the pump's shot as well. As you probably can tell with all the fluid that is all over this thing. The pump seal's gone. So I have a pump and I have a rack. It's just the work of doing it. Which I'm probably gonna. So not right now, but eventually I'll do that. But right now, I'm just going to get the alignment and get it driving again, or whatever. I don't know. I can't tell you what I'm actually going to do, but that's just what I'm assuming I'm going to do. But I do different things every day, so we'll see. But I definitely want to get the upper control arms done and the alignment done, because that's a pretty big deal. So I would like to get that done, and then I will move into the power steering. So I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I did end up mounting, so you guys probably don't know, but the transmission dipstick was loose, so I ended up putting a zip tie on it. I still have to get a nut on it, but they broke the bolt. But I should be able to still get a nut on it. I just gotta find the right size broken bolt in there, so I gotta take some time to do that too. But I do have a zip tie on it, so it's kind of mounted. But I think that's about it. Like I said, tomorrow I'll pick you guys back up and I will do the upper control arm and the camber bolts on the driver's side. Maybe probably put the fender back on, put a wheel on it, drop her down, and then it'll be the other side. But it is 13 degrees out tonight, and I'm just tired, period. So probably gonna be it for tonight, and I'll pick you guys back up tomorrow doing the upper control arm. Alright, so I got the upper control arm in with the new alignment bolts. I have them set to where I believe they should be. I mean, not really, it's just where it looks like this don't have negative camber anymore. So I would rather have positive camber than negative camber at the moment, and then we'll go from there. So I have them set to where I believe, they should be in the right spot. But waiting for a buddy to come over. I kind of need help with adjusting the steering arm. I gotta get this turned in a little bit because it's towed out a little bit, so I gotta tow it in a little bit, and then put the wheel back, put everything back together, put the wheel on it, and then pull it out of my shop, see what it looks like, and then move on to the other side. Well, possibly, probably, because I can't really do the actual alignment until I do the other side as well. So probably will do the other side, but we're getting places slowly. Just want to give you a little update, because when my buddy comes over I probably won't update y'all. But all we're gonna do is hopefully get this turned in a notch or two, tow this in a little bit, and then slowly put it back together, put a wheel on it, and on to the other side we go. So I'll get back to you at some point. Okay, so as you can see, driver's side is together, looking a little better than what it used to. So upper control arms in. I have them set to where hopefully it's pretty close. I don't know, you can't look at it and know from in here, but I know it's towed out a little bit. Well, I don't even know that, because it does look pretty straight to the body. The fender is pushed in on both bottom corners, so you can't go off of that. Like I said, you can't really tell in here. So, but I do have the alignment bolts set to where I believe they should be. Also, I have the tie rod. I turned the tie rod in 3 times, I believe, and that seemed to center that pretty good. So yeah, this side's all together. Everything should be kind of set. Don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to have to come back and adjust alignment a little bit. It's not ever going to be perfect. Well, it will be one day probably, but this Mountain Madness is probably not going to be perfect. It's probably going to be done in the shop. So just trying to get it pretty close though right now, so I can pull it out, which I'm about to do right now. Right after this video, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to move it over, so I'm going to start working on this side. I'm thinking I'm going to post this video tonight and then make another part. I know, but this video is coming out to be real long, and I only can edit so long of videos, so probably going to post this video tonight, and then I'll have another video of doing the other side. But she is all together, have a new fender on it. The hood is open right now. When it's shut, it's still, I'll just show you. Easier to show you than describe it. So it's still up a little bit, so I don't know why. I'm assuming the hood hinge got messed up when it got in a wreck probably. So probably will mess with that, because that kind of drives me nuts. But for the most part, thing looks pretty good. It's a trail truck, not for looks. So as you can see on this corner down here, not perfect, but it'll do for now. Have the fender, inner fender all in, all tucked in. Pretty good, as good as I'm gonna get it for now. Still kind of want to do something about this. Don't know what yet. But fenders on, wheels, most important, wheels on, and thing ain't cambered completely anymore. So pull it out, move on to the other side, and you guys will see the video of the next other side in part 2. So talk to you guys then.